One thing to think about when structuring your BTEC Tech Award in Digital Information Technology, or DIT, is whether to go for a 2 or 3 year structure. We've seen examples of centres that think that a 3-year structure with plenty of prep in regards to Component 3, and the exam especially, is the correct way to go. Or a 2-year structure where the work is very much in terms of holistically planned and Component 1 and 2 are built with Component 3 in the background as they work quite nicely together. With a DIT qualification, there's some really interesting things you can do with it. Now, one of the real advantages of Component 3 is that it's meant to be synoptic. So what we mean is that you can build it in alongside Components 1 and 2. This can really be key. It means that you can start that development work for the content for the exam with your learners really early, meaning when it comes to the application side of the exam for Component 3, they're already well prepped for it. A lot of material and components work well and they cross over quite heavily. I mean, from things like data development and data management in Component 2, they fit really nicely into how it works in Component 3 in terms of GDPR and data protection. You can also look at the sorts of interfaces and designs in Component 1 and then the choice of technologies in Component 3, because then what you are looking at is why you choose synchronization devices, etc., and what is the impact of their interface. For example, the difference between a web-based service and a service that allows you to add files to the cloud as if it's on a physical one on your PC, and how this has a choice on traditional systems and how cloud or traditional can really go together. This helps the learner broaden their understanding of the whole of the DIT and helps embed work-based skills that the workforce jobs are there and not just limited to one functional area. Mixing Components 2 and 3 together helps your teaching time and means you can throw some interesting things out about them, letting them load things to different providers and services such as Google, Dropbox and AWS, even if you want to work with Amazon Web Services. But ultimately it means you can start to mix and match some of these components and make it interesting for the learners while the learners add interest at the same time. Remember, there are 2 chances to sit the Component 3 exam, so have this in mind when you look at the delivery windows for your learners. This gives you some scope to look at effective ways of sitting exams in January and June windows with a care and thought in order to maximise the potential of your learners with the content they've learned.